Uh, Good afternoon, everybody. I don't put out many videos. I always say I'm going to start putting out more, but I want to get this YouTube up and going. So I'm basically going to be putting out these videos from here to probably the end of summer, showing, garage sale, estate sale finds, everything I can. But I want to use this platform mainly to help people out that are not happy with their current situation, current money situation, or just basically working for anybody but themselves. Um, a little bit of my introduction, my backstory. Growing up, I always feel like I found ways to buy and sell items or do some type of hustling to make some extra little money on the side. Excuse me if I look over there, my son is playing and stuff. Basically, though, where was I? And excuse me also because I kind of go all over the place when I'm talking about things. So I'm not used to doing YouTube. So just try to stay with me. So basically, I started out, always just hustling. I feel like, grade school, junior high, high school, just buying and selling items or however I could get things, just hustling, trying to make a buck. You know, um, Basically though, at a very young age, I got into some trouble with the law, a lot of trouble with the law, many times, or only a couple times really, but a lot of things that could have got me in trouble even more that never matriculated into me getting in trouble. But basically, I got a felony when I was about 19 years old. Okay, so when I was young, I had some characters that were friends, and I was a character myself. We were all wild, and I blame myself, and everyone who did try get a felony should probably blame themselves and not others. But that's beside the point. Sorry, he's having a little sip of this water. Basically, with that, when I was 19, I settled down, and I'm like, okay, let me try this college thing. Okay, so I went to I started going to junior college out of high school when I was still doing some wild stuff in the streets, and basically I jerked around there for a couple of years, and then after I got in trouble and take a visit to the Cook County Jail, I said, you know what, I can't be in this situation. I can't be living like this. So let me get my stuff together. So from there, I dedicated myself to the books at the junior college, and then went on to go to the four-year college. I got a bachelor's degree in political science from the University of Illinois at Champaign, U of I. After that, I was like, okay, that was cool. I was proud of myself. I never knew I was good at school until I tried. So then, going to that school, that was an amazing school, by the way. Shout out to U of I. It gave me the confidence to be among the best in society in terms of, some of the most craftiest, smartest people with enlightened thinking from both aisles. So from there, I started working at a psychiatric hospital for children as like a mental health counselor, behavioral counselor, whatever you want to call it. And that was a lot of fun. I felt like I was giving back, paying back, to the youth, where, I was trying to steer them off the path that my wild butt was on. And that was really rewarding working there, but it was draining because we were working with DCFS wards, and those were some of the, most troubled children in the whole country, if not the whole state, alone. And that's very difficult. So, I was having fun at first. I worked at an orphanage at first, and then I transferred to the hospital. But my first time, I got a college degree. I'm out here, making $13 an hour. I think I'm getting checks for like $850 or something like that, $800. Okay, I was like, okay, let me work here. I worked there for 6 months, and I went hard with it with the overtime, and I saved up about $10,000. So then I transferred to a hospital, a mental health hospital that was closer, and for a little bit more pay. Then the checks went up from like $8 to like $950 to $1,000 every 2 weeks. I'm like, okay, that's cool, because I never really had a job before. I just hustled, here and there. I'm like, okay, this feels good. So I did this for 3 long years, and I was like, this money is chump change. So while I was doing that stuff, I graduated college at 24. While I was working at these places, I was also in the streets on eBay, buying and selling like I've always done. And along the way, I I made some connections, networking with people that did what I did, that were my age. And these two guys that I made connections with, I still, we still, do business together till this day, and we talk almost every day. And we're doing a lot of business, and business is good. And also, we're in competition with each other hardcore, because that's the fun in this all. But I'll talk about all that later. So I was working my job for 3 years and doing this part-time. I got fed up one day. I was working on the worst floor, with the children that needed the most help. And I just got tired of getting attacked, looking over my shoulder, twitching when I come home, feeling anxiety. Because you can really get killed up there. They're dealing with forensic kids, all sorts of kids in society. And they don't care about your life, even though you might care about theirs. So I said, I got to quit this stuff. So I quit. And then I dedicated myself to doing what I've been doing, which is buying and selling full time. And it's been great ever since. Every year I get more knowledge. Every year I get better. There's a lot of lessons I had to learn in this game. But, the main one was if I go about this in a legal way, in terms of competition, if I face the competition in a legal, smart way, whether I'm dealing with lowballing people at garage sales or wherever, or dealing with eBay and PayPal on the phone when someone's trying to commit some fraud, if I deal it with the same type of mentality, but on a friendlier level than I would deal with it in the streets, then I could get real successful a lot quicker than anyone else could get. So, for instance, this year alone, me and my partner, one of my partners that I was telling you about, we pulled in about, a lot of money. Basically, we make anywhere since January, between 8 to 10 grand every month in profit. Okay, in profit. So basically, we're just gonna get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Now, excuse me. So now, some things I want to share about that though. It didn't happen overnight. It took, 3 full-time years and a few part-time years to get to the level, to get the knowledge to do this. But the number one thing that was pushing me was my passion for buying and selling, looking for treasure hunting. If you don't have a passion for it, if you don't like this, you're not going to be that successful. You could do it to get a few extra bucks, but if you want to make 6 figures a year, profit, now that's profit. Okay? Then you got to love this stuff. You got to live this stuff. The number one thing I love about waking up every morning is basically doing what I want. I do what I want when I want to do it. And it's fun. I got a beautiful fiance. I got a beautiful son. We got a dog, and we're handling business. She helps me out, with whatever I need. And she goes to school and is doing her thing in the school level. But, I'm 30 years old. And this year, I'm planning on making 6 figures profit. And I'm going to push myself to make that. And it's going real good, like I was saying. So, I want to talk a little bit about eBay. I sell on eBay and I sell on the streets, Craigslist, whatever. I find all my stuff at estate sales, storage locker auctions, garage sales, any of the apps that you could look for stuff. I search all across the country. I got special apps that search keywords across the whole country. I call people up, hey, will you take PayPal? Will you do this? I search in every place that I can. My main place being the garage sales, and estate sales. Basically, it's a grind and a hustle. I don't know how many hours I put in because I love it so much. I don't care. I'm in bed, on my iPad or whatever, looking for deals. I wake up looking for deals. I got plenty of time. With the wife and my son, we go out and play and all that. But believe me, the deals and the money is always on my mind. I carry the phone, which I conduct my business on with me all the time. I got the iPad, for posting stuff. But, the this has afforded me the lifestyle to get a house, which it took 2 years to get this house of filing self-employment taxes because they weren't going to give it to me, no matter how much I had in my bank. You know, it took 2 hard years of reporting and paying the tax man some good money just to get this beautiful townhome we live in. And it's a lot of hard work. I'm proud of myself, and I'm proud of anyone that does this hustle that loves it and is successful and loves their life because of it. You know, because this hustle here is, I can't think of one better. There's so many different opportunities, so many different angles to play this stuff that, you know, you should never get bored. You should never get bored. You should get tired, but you should never get bored with it. But yeah, basically, you know, to end this video, we're at about over 10 minutes now. The next video, I'm going to talk about more about eBay and PayPal and why everyone needs several different eBay accounts. Now, I have, you know, just to get into it a little bit, I got about 3 eBay accounts, but access to 3 more that I could use, and the same thing with the PayPal. Now, the reason for this is because, you know, you never know, you know, we're selling a lot of stuff, you never know when someone's going to come around and hate or try to take you out of the game. So, basically, you got to have, you know, all different angles and different things where you could always have an account in case something happens. Now, nothing's ever happened, but I'm saying just in case. So I got 4 different eBay accounts with 4 people's different names registered on them. 4 different PayPal accounts with different addresses, different names registered on them. Money flies through, you know, the accounts, gifting it to this and that until it gets into one of my bank accounts. And this is for protection from getting shut down on eBay for whatever reason. If it might come one day for someone hating, a lot of people hating, I don't know. But it's also for tax reasons, because as much money as getting cleared out every year, I don't need the liability. And that's a whole nother video too. Basically how to pull a Donald Trump, you know, legally and not pay any taxes for this stuff too. If you got it moving through different people, you know, you got it. Obviously, I got the okay. I'm paying people to use, you know, their information, I say, every month, you know, and it gets written off how it gets written off with, you know, we got good tax people, and it gets, you know, played how we play. We, like I said, we do a Donald Trump. But, you know, I just talked about so many things at once, which are totally other videos. But my main thing was basically I wanted to get it out there about the reselling and the reselling community and how great it's been for me. And as long as you put in hard work and dedication and you are pretty hustle-minded and, you know, whatever, anybody could do this. Anybody could do this. It's how hard you want to work with the research, with the listing, with the hustling, you know, is what you're going to get out of it to make you happy. So until next time, thank you for watching. Until next time.